all, this is a quick video on the menstrual record within ICM. So we are currently in our care tracker and we are in our test person Daisy Duck, and you can see menstrual record as an as needed chart or log within her care tracker. Now, because it's an as needed log, you're going to be able to see this and access this log no matter what shift you're in, no matter what day of the week you're in, no matter what. This is always going to be something that is available in her care tracker. In order to document on this, you're going to click on the as needed button. And then just like our paper log, you would select the correct flow. So for this, we can say maybe it was spotting this time. For the status, you have two options of a status. You can say occurrence not noticed or occurrence noticed. These are built-in statuses within ICM. If you are documenting on the menstrual record and you're saying that there was a flow noticed, then it's always going to be occurrence noticed, okay? So you do have to pick a status. The time, you can change this time if this is not the correct time. So if maybe, you know, Daisy, I observed the spotting, maybe it was earlier and I, you know, helped her clean up and get changed. So maybe it was closer to 1 o'clock. And then in the notes section, especially if this is something that is not normal for this person, you definitely want to take notes. And if it's not, you know, at their baseline, you would definitely be calling the nurse. Now, this is just normal. This is, you know, somebody does have a regular cycle and we're just documenting it. It's nothing out of the ordinary. If you don't need to put notes, you don't have to put notes, okay? But if it is something that's out of the ordinary, this is not this person's baseline, then we are going to definitely have to put notes and we're definitely going to have to pick up the phone and call the nurse. So in this case, we're going to say, called the nurse, spoke with the nurse, Jackie Miller. You always want to name the nurse that you spoke with. And we're going to say, she requested that we call the PCP for a follow-up appointment. Okay. And then I strongly encourage you to use mentions within anything in the care tracker, just to keep communication open with your supervisor. Make sure any other DSP knows about this. So if my supervisor, you know, was Trisha Timmons, myself, then I could mention her and I could say, you know, please let me know if you want me to make the PCP appointment, or if you will. And this way, because this, you know, my supervisor was mentioned, he or she's going to get a little alert at the bell icon. If they have it set up within their profile within ICM, they'll get the alert pushed through their phone so that they know, hey, I've been mentioned. What have I been mentioned in? And now they know, oh, hey, somebody needs to make a PCP appointment for Daisy Duck. Okay. It's just a great paper trail to show that, hey, I followed up, I followed policy and procedure. The nurse asked me to do something. I notified my supervisor. I made sure that, you know, it was passed off to the correct person to make sure that this was done. Okay. And that's all you have to do for a menstrual record. Then you just say done. And now, you know, it's marked within ICM. So as you can see, the menstrual record is an as needed log within ICM. So if you came in later in the day or another staff person came in and her flow changed from spotting to extremely light, they can simply click on this again and document that. And then, you know, if we called the nurse again, because again, in this example, you know, this is not baseline for this person, we can say, you know, call the nurse. Again, anytime you speak to the nurse, you want to put the nurse's name. And I just like using Jackie Miller as an example. So called the nurse, spoke with Jackie Miller. PCP appointment is scheduled for tomorrow per the FLD. And then if the nurse asks you to do anything else, you know, nurse asks that we monitor Daisy for any other changes in baseline. And let's call back. changes are noted. And then again, if I wanted to mention my supervisor just to give an update on the fact that, hey, you know, the flow changed and I called the nurse again, I can just mention my supervisor, and then the supervisor will get that alert, and then they can see immediately, hey, there has been a change, and then they're kept in the loop. And then you click done. And since it's an as needed log, both of these entries are here. You could keep adding this as many times throughout the day as you need it to, which is different from our scheduled logs. So if I were to click on a log that's not as needed, then I'm only allowed to put, you know, one entry in for that log. But something that's as needed allows you to add as many entries as you need. The other thing that I want to show you for our menstrual records is how to pull information for a time period. So if you wanted to see, you know, the whole month, or you want it to see the last year, whatever that may look like, you're actually going to go to our People tab, and you're going to pull up the person's e-chart. And once you're in the e-chart, you're going to scroll down to these lovely green buttons, and here you see the Menses Log. And if you click on this, you can say, show me the different programs. This would be if you have access to different programs. Daisy Duck is at our test home. And you can say, show me the last month, and then pull that. And again, this is my test person, so I don't have a lot of data in here for this person. But if you had somebody who had a regular cycle, or somebody who was, spotting quite frequently, then this is something that would pull, multiple records for you. But you could say, today, yesterday, the last 7 days, maybe you want to see a week. Show me this particular month, last month, or you could even do a custom. So if you wanted to say, show me, like the last year, you can do a start date and a to date. You would just need to reset the filter to let you pick that date. So this will just kind of give you a little summary of the flow that you selected, the status, any notes that were made, and the staff person and the date and time that they documented this within iCM. So that is it for a menstrual record within iCM. Please reach out to your supervisor if you have any questions with this particular charting.